Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today for you, got a Skies of Ace combat video. Going to be talking a bit about the F-15C, which is a single-seat, twin-engine tactical fighter designed and produced by McDonnell Douglas. Now, it's a part of Boeing. The U.S. Air Force selected the F-15 in 1969 after a proposal for an all-weather air superiority fighter. The maiden flight of the F-15 was July 27, 1972, and it was adopted January 9, 1976. While the F-15 was originally envisioned and designed purely as an air superiority fighter, it was also redesigned with ground attack capabilities as a secondary mode. In fact, the F-15 proved so capable and flexible that an improved strike version of the design was produced and called the F-15E, which I actually hope to talk about in a future video. I'm just worried about talking about the F-15C today. The F-15C, the F-15E Strike Eagle entered service in 1989. The F-15C and the two-seat F-15D entered production in 1978. These models were fitted with the Production Eagle Package, PEP 2000. The package adds an additional 2,000 gallons of internal fuel storage. Provision for external fuel tanks was added as well. An upgraded version of the APG-63 radar was added. This allows the system to be reprogrammed for different mission parameters and different armaments. Other improvements include improving the landing gear, new central computer, and an overload warning system. In February of 1983, the F-15 multi-stage improvement program was initiated for production, beginning in 1985 on F-15Cs. The F-15C would begin being upgraded again in 2007. A total of 179 United States Air Force F-15Cs would be retrofitted with the APG-63 active electroscan radar array. With that being said, the F-15 was one of the most successful modern fighters, having over 100 aerial kills with no losses. According to the United States Air Force, they confirmed that 34 kills scored by the F-15C alone happened during Desert Storm. Most of them, of course, being missile kills, and are as follows. They say 5 MiG-29s, 2 MiG-25s, 8 MiG-23s, 2 MiG-21s, 2 Su-22s, 1 Su-7, 6 Mirage F-1s, 1 IL-76 cargo plane, 1 PC-9 trainer, and 2 Mi-8 helicopters. So it actually got quite a wide variety of kills. While the F-15 is primarily a United States Air Force plane, it has been sold to other operators around the world. Israel would begin operating F-15s in 1977, currently having 84 in service. Japan operates 200 F-15s that are licensed built by Mitsubishi, and Saudi Arabia has 211 F-15s as of 2022. And that's really all I got to say about the F-15. Kind of hard to gauge how much time it's going to take to actually talk about these planes. But I actually do feel that when it comes to planes like the F-15 and the F-16, they are probably some of America's most iconic planes. I would especially say so with the F-15, especially because there's so many variants and upgrade programs that have been produced over the years for the F-15. And here today, I did not even get into planes like the F-15J, the F-15E, or even the F-15 Active, which are actually changes that were made more extensively than just some avionics or a new radar system or a new computer. Those planes actually had changes made to the frames, made to the engines, etc. Some of them have seen quite extensive combat, some of them not so much. Probably out of the planes, or at least from what I can tell of the F-15s that are out there in the world, the United States Air Force F-15s and Israel's F-15s have probably seen some of the most combat of all versions of the F-15 throughout all the different users of the F-15. But in any case, no matter what you say, no matter if you think the plane is ugly or not, which I'm honestly not overly fond of how the F-15 looks myself. I think the United States military has better looking planes than the F-15. You can say that the F-15 is a solid workhorse and does multiple jobs for the United States. Actually, one thing from what I understand recently is the United States Air Force has actually been working on a tactic of using F-22s to get close to the enemy, detect them, and then F-15s kind of piggyback off the F-22's radar system and engages the targets with long-range missiles. Mostly because, if I understand it correctly, the F-15 actually carries a much larger payload than the F-22 when it comes to the amount of ordnance there is. But anyway, folks, I'm going to wrap this video up at that about the F-15C. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And hopefully I'll see you again for the next episode of Skies of Ace Combat. Anyway, folks, thanks again and have yourself a wonderful day.